You're back on Property Week on Coast FM 963. I'm talking to Craig Fisher from Raine&Horne, Terrigal, Avoca Beach. Craig, as I mentioned before the break, you once referred to the entrance as the sleeping giant. Has the giant woken up?
Look, there's been some rumbles from the giant at the entrance. Look, it's still a very affordable suburb. Unfortunately, it probably hasn't woken up as much as I would like to have seen. Now, that's not to say that could potentially, just be another few Z's around the corner for the entrance, but it certainly is a suburb to watch and still continue to watch purely because of its natural beauty and the infrastructure that it has around it.
So you're still a big believer in the entrance?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Big believer in the entrance. The entrance will certainly see its day, and it'll just be that one day when everybody turns to the entrance and they'll say to themselves, oh my God, you mean I can get a property for ABC or XYZ as opposed to what the affordability is in, say, the Blue Bay suburbs, and I can still get the lifestyle at the beach and the like.
We've certainly seen that happen with suburbs in Sydney, so it probably wouldn't be too much of a stretch to have it happen here on the coast. Something that I've seen you do on your socials this year, Craig, is instead of advertising houses for sale, you went to advertising potential buyers that you have lined up wanting to buy homes. Now, this was new and I guess indicative of the market. Can you tell us a bit about what was going on at the time that led you to advertise buyers instead of houses? Okay, so I guess there's a couple of things at play there. We've got the COVID force that certainly happened, and plus the short supply of stock we're seeing at the moment. So there are still people who don't necessarily want to come to the marketplace that would like to sell in the current marketplace without all the fanfare of going to the mainstream real estate portal. So what I found is if I run the advertising you're seeing on Facebook and Instagram and the like, we're actually getting to meet people who have had the idea of selling, weren't necessarily sure where they were in the marketplace on price, weren't necessarily sure about where they were going, but what we were able to do, or what we are still continuing to do, is align the story of the buyer with their story and get the things moving because of the short supply of the stock at the moment. Because the unfortunate thing in the marketplace that's being experienced is there's such a short supply of, say, stock and housing at the moment that's actually stopping people who would really like to move from moving. Craig, for people who are still wanting to move, even though there's this lack of supply, what advice do you have for buyers or sellers for 2021? They want to get into the market. The market is as it is. What are your best tips going forward? All right, for the buyers, let's start there. For the buyers, money's cheapest it's ever going to be since the dinosaurs walked the planet. With what that we're able to get in the way of lending at the moment and with how strong things are happening. But be prepared as the buyer. Make sure that you've got your pre-approval letter from your bank. Make sure when you're offering, offer strong. Make sure it's the price that you're prepared to walk away from the property. If you woke up and you heard it for sold for $1,000 more, you weren't too worried about missing out on it. Make sure that your terms and conditions are strong as well. You can't afford, in a market like this one, to dilly-dally. You must be strong, confident, and bring yourself forward and make yourself known to the agent. And for the sellers? Well, for the sellers, once again, your choice of agent is paramount in your result and your outcome. So, yes, there are agents out there getting good prices, and I hear, good price will do, but we're in a current marketplace right now where great prices and even hitting the bum rainbow prices are being achieved, and your choice of agent has a direct impact on your result. You need an agent who's going to listen to you and give you good direction in the current marketplace. Well, some good advice there. Thanks for joining us again on Property Week, Craig. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and all the best for the new year. All the best to you. Thanks for having me, Sarah. That was Craig Fisher from Raine&Horne, Terrigal, Avoca Beach. For more info, check out craigfisher.com.au. This is Coast FM's Property Week, sponsored by Doormaster at Berkeley Vale for CrimSafe Security Doors and Windows.